Welcome everyone, gabestah here. This is the 19th episode in our Orcs Must Die walkthrough, and this mission is Rebirth. This is the first mission of Act 3, the final act, so things really start to heat up. And you can see that we have one rift kind of in the very open room, and then we have three different entrances, one down here and one opposite. So, the real trick is finding a way to defend all those entrances. And the technique I came up with that has worked really well is to basically wall off sides of the rift and then force everything to come in one area. So the way we're going to do that is, you can see, I should also mention we have a new enemy type called the Shaman, and he will resurrect fallen enemies around him. So this can be somewhat troublesome, but the important thing is they don't resurrect anywhere besides where they die, so they can't bypass your defenses. If they died the first time, as long as your defense is strong enough, they'll die a second time. Anyway, so I'm going to use my standard 3 ice, sword, fire, also tar trap, barricade, wall blades, clockwork mace, and the brimstone as our backup. So, the initial setup is to basically find the edge of the rift here with your ground trap. So push right up against it, and then move all the way to the right. And so keep it in line, and put it right against this column.
That's gonna leave a mark.
So you can see it's columns right between. And then we just move back, building along this wall. And then we'll continue this way. The idea being that even though it's right up against the rift, nothing can get past it, and we'll have to go around this side where we'll have our defenses. So early on, however, you have to defend with your hero, but it shouldn't be too much trouble. So I like to use the right-click Flame Bracer again. It's really good. So the shamans are really weak if you can headshot them. Just try to be careful. So, like I said, continue the process. And we'll go one more here, so it's in line with this side of the rift. Once I get a chance. Alright. So, last one here. And then we go this way. And the key is to leave enough gap on this side in front of this column so things can still actually get through.
Excellent. Now I get to kill him twice.
Try to kill off those initial shamans on this third wave really quickly, because they can res each other and sort of get this chain reaction going. There we go. So, 2 more, and that'll finish it off. And this is our gap. So you can see by the path, things will still get through. So, we've basically created a choke so that no matter which of the 3 entrances enemies come through, they're all forced in this one spot. So next what we're going to do is start to throw down our good old, what is this called? Swinging mace. So you can see that the position is basically right where they're going to path. You don't want to be right up against the wall, you want to be out one bunch. And then you can do another one when you get enough money right here. So we're still not really defended that well because spawns that are going to come from this side are just going to walk this way. Everything else should follow this path, though, in our swinging mace, which is what we want. So we got a hunter and a shaman or two. So really just focus on the hunter early since he'll get to you right away. And then I'm going to use the firewall. There we go. So I want to build a new set of walls out, creating a gap between. And you can kind of see what this is going to do. So once this gets over here, we'll have this long hallway that things have to run down. There we go. So I'm going to throw down some tar traps now just to make sure everything gets killed. And then I'm going to also invest in a weaver as soon as I get 500. Should be pretty quick. So there we go. It's a good time to mention the start of Act 3 on this mission. You get a new weaver called a Knowledge Weaver. Unfortunately, if you look through the skills, they're all fairly weak, unfortunately. So, like, headshot damage is higher, you run faster, traps generate percentage of player mana. That can be good if you're doing a certain type of build. But overall, this spell magnification is the only one that's any good, where you get double the coins for spell kills. So if you're focusing on, you know, particular achievement or just want to use your hero mostly, that can be good. The problem is if you're doing mostly spells, elemental is probably stronger in almost all ways. In any event, I still think Still Weaver is the best because of this top one especially. So we're going to grab that right away.
I like that.
And then I'm going to run over to this side where my traps are, because I want to make sure this part is defended the most. And I just like to keep throwing down a wall of flame just as backup. With everything slowed and going down that path, it should mostly get killed by the mace, especially because we've upgraded it now. But better safe than sorry. Because it's pretty frustrating to let one thing slip and then have to restart. So now we got another break, so we got a ton of money. I'm going to finish off the wall there with another swinging mace. And then I think this blocks, so you can't actually build right there. Pretty sure this is a blocking corner. So you have to leave that one open. But everything else is good. And we'll cap it off there with a blade. And then the rest of your money can be brimstone. And at this point, with basically 6 4x4 squares in a row with maximum tar trap and upgraded maces, I really don't think anything can survive except ogres. So you can kind of just hang back and let your coins build up from the Death Augmenter bonus. Be careful of the crossbow orcs, though. I like to kind of hide back here. Try to get them to come around. Sometimes they're not cooperative, though. And we got some hunters. So just use freeze like always. Oops. I'm trying to attack these early so that they just don't chain res and spend a huge amount of time, which would potentially hurt your par time.
How about some of this? Here, orky, orky, orky. That's gonna leave a mark. Oh yeah.
Oh, orcs. You don't stand a chance.
For
Man.
you, old man.
Destroyed. You can pick up the oiled trap gears if you want. But other than that, you're not really getting any benefit.
Something for your face. This will be good.
Ogres. So just keep an eye out on the ogre. You'll probably want to freeze him in the traps. There we go. So you can see that it's a really solid strategy once you get it set up. The first few waves you will have to self-defend though with your hero, but it's not too difficult if you use the Flame Bracer and have decent aim. And yeah, we got the part-time comfortably. So let's continue on.